Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe where we help and heal one day at a time. I had just watched this one video I'd like to share with you guys because it kind of hit home. Um, I'm a burn victim. And when I was 5 years old, the barbecue exploded, and my parents were there for me the entire time. The video I had just watched is really demonstrating how cold narcissists can be. My parents stood by me. Um, I was burnt 55% of my body. I healed pretty well, like very well. Still have scars, but this was a campfire. And the husband and wife were sitting together, and the campfire started to dwindle out. So he poured all this gasoline on it, and it exploded, which is pretty similar to the way the barbecue exploded when I caught on fire. It just exploded, caught the woman on fire. She was burnt 40% of her body. Her burns are way worse than mine. I had second degree. She probably had third degree, which goes down to the bone. And anyways, they did an interview. He left her because he couldn't deal with it. Um, it was completely his fault. The 911 call even said, it was my fault. And he left her. So maybe it was overwhelming. She was severely burnt, looks completely different. And the part that was the hardest on me is his reaction. They interviewed him, and he had said, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to exactly apologize for because it was an accident. And the wife had said, even after all this time, he has never once said, I'm sorry. I realize I've changed your life completely. And she seems like a good woman. Just kind of, you left me with $2 million in medical bills. They have children. And just his reaction to it, though. That's kind of like with the narcissist, is the guilt that they have inside of them is too overwhelming. But also the coldness of where he can't process, like, what? Like, I almost killed her. I burnt her beyond recognition. Um, what am I supposed to apologize for? He's probably thinking, hey, I was a hero. I called 911. I helped put her out. And just how self serving they can be, how they can run from things. And it just hit home for me because, like I said, I'm a burn victim. At my fifth birthday party, they used a whole thing of lighter fluid. It exploded. 55% of my body was burnt. This is 1975, where they had fire retardant stuff, so my dress melted onto me instead of burning off, which made it worse. They just scraped the plastic off, but all along the way, my parents would stay with me. They had three other children. They always made sure, that they were there for me during the hospital stay. They never left me. They took me to therapy. I had surgery later on in life. And this guy just booked. And it's not even that he left because he had a hard time looking at her and seeing maybe the guilt that he caused that. Maybe that is too overwhelming. So we'll go with that. We'll give him that. Should we? Who knows? But we will. But his actions, he wasn't crying like, I just feel so bad, like I did this to her. His reaction was like, what am I supposed to be apologizing for? Like, he was so confused, not heartfelt. He also destroyed her life. It seemed like they had a good marriage, and it was over in an instant. He didn't try to help pay for it. He caused it. He left it all on her. So it just hit home, and I just wanted to share that with you, that sometimes even when you think things are going along good, look at the heart, because something in life can happen that we don't expect. My parents didn't expect my birthday party to turn into their little girl being burnt. He probably didn't expect a romantic fire pit to end his marriage, to end everything. It destroyed both their lives. So even in narcissistic relationships, we're concerned about our lives. We're not wanting anything bad for our narcissist, but they often will destroy both lives. He did destroy hers. His life is also destroyed. But the crazy part is, usually narcissists, their lives aren't as destroyed as much as ours. And maybe in the end of life, that's when they'll probably have a harder time because they'll destroy everything in their path. And, when you're younger, you're more able to go to activities and seek out friends uh, or victims or mates or whatever. But when you're in your 80s or 90s, you need to rely on people. And a lot of times that's kind of, the pay it forward type stuff where you give and just trust you'll get back in return. Um, I've been very blessed in life, also very cursed. Like I've had a terrible life, terrible, but I'm thankful for my blessings. And people have come through for me out of the blue. Um, and I always try to pay that forward because I know how good that feels. Um, just be who you are, keep healing, pay things forward. Don't get caught up in the pain. Get caught up in maybe the freedom to go explore, to heal, and just hit home. And it's a good thing to show you the difference between love and narcissists. My parents were there for me. Her husband booked and couldn't even process. So, like I said, even if you give him it overwhelmed him and it hurt his heart too much. When he was interviewed, he wasn't crying. He wasn't like, I should stay, but it's too much for me. Like I did that to her. That's not what his attitude was. So when you look back at your relationship, how did they show love to you? Was it flowers? Or was it saying, oh my gosh, your best friend just killed themselves, like let's sit and talk? Or is it like when you're done crying, we can watch a movie where I don't want to deal with it when you can get yourself together. So just look at what you went through. And it's not that they didn't like you, it's just that their needs were more important. So please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.